NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Oilers.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. On the return, Tremont Smith. Now, it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Saquon Barkley
decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Ball carrier.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They're working at the 1. Calling no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
To number 30,
James Conner with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go and bring it out and try to be aggressive. And those are what we call the green Looks like he had green on that play.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Handoff to Barkley on the option. He stopped immediately there on the carry. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, it was second. Long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. That one caught by Ross Dwelly. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved. Right? Turnover, you just know the
Punt's better.
Punt's better. The punt is better in the second one. Now they're hoping to turn on the first down to get 4 points.
28 yards on the ground.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 24. They go play action now. Jackson. A scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 18 yards that time to push him up. First and goal. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The ball carrier.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. 5-yard touchdown run. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try to keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't done before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try to hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Short little throw to Ebron. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 7-7, our score after 1. They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. They get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger gets down. Andrew Billings breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger. Smith-Schuster, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson, he's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. His first catch, good for 9 in the first down.
Steelers.
Roethlisberger will hand the counter. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
The tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 44, Roethlisberger in trouble, and he's taken down.
And that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, doesn't it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger. Able to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense. We got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll get their receiver involved here. It's Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 for 11 yards there. First down.
That play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Double team, it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Let's go.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. Yes, he's miles away and smiling. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. On 1st and 10 is counter. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Second and 5 now. Roethlisberger. Not a bad hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. It's going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
16-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Past the 30. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
3-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go. And got his man complete. And he will go right near the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
That is definitely what we call our defensive uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Yeah, he's going to keep it here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
7-yard line.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. The drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And this will make it into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step, because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Looking deep here for Ebron. And this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And Dallas time is now running on this first half of action. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
set to kick off.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to beat it.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. They'll run on first down. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brought down at the 28-yard line.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And he will take this one. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He didn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Tucker with the extra point. His guys will take a 10-point lead.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. They're able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call the playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. This won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll get that one complete to Connor. They'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36.
Pittsburgh.
Now Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Justin Simmons. He's at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last, that didn't bother you too much.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
21 yards.
On first down, it's Connor. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
James Conner, the
following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 29-yard line.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. His pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that behind.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Flush to his right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. It's the right side here, complete. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll move the chains.
First down. And
back now here on EA Sports.
That's the end.
As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th.
Steelers 7.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel.
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. An incredibly... Pre-series, he's past the 30. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Roethlisberger will throw. Hitting Juju on the slant. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Complete.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Pittsburgh.
Here's Keller. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
On the carry.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Steelers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that is incomplete. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Knocked off at the 16. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the right corner.
And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 56 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The ball carrier. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
It seemed like it was perfectly defense. You know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Well, the option is Jackson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Williams on the tackle.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Jackson flushed out right. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
How about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
There's a good way to kick off a drive complete over the middle. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And the Steeler 1st down.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this throw complete to Washington. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. And a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now the ball comes loose, and the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll run it again with Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. They're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line.
Good idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game of the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments.